Hey everybody, it's Christy back with another video. So I wanted to show you something today that I did a while ago, maybe about a year ago. And I put it on my blog back then, but since then I've been doing YouTube videos, and I thought it would be a cool quick thing to kind of show you what I did to store my Gansai Tambi paints. So these are the Gansai Tambi paints I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But these are really, really awesome watercolors that are vibrant and move beautifully in water and just a lot of fun to work with. And I had a really nice set of them. I also had a set that was smaller but also nice that I got in a holiday Sketchbox. And I had a couple open stock that I had purchased just to kind of round out my colors to make the set what I wanted it to be. So I kind of had them all over the place and not in a solid like area. And so I wanted them all in one place. The problem is, because they're not traditional watercolor half pans or full pans, it was going to be really hard to get them in anything at all. So I came up with this idea, and I think it worked really well. I did the whole thing for probably about $20 or under. And that's including the cost of the spray paint that I used. So this is what they look like, and this is what I ended up doing. I put them in a colored pencil tin. So this colored pencil tin was a set of, I think, 72 colored pencils from Amazon. It was watercolor colored pencils, and my daughter did get them, so I gave them to her. She's got them in a pencil case to play with. They're not the worst quality colored pencils. They'll be really good watercolor pencils for her to play with in the meantime. And it had two reasons I picked this particular case. A lot of colored pencil cases are very long and skinny. This one was long enough. It wasn't like your traditional like Prismacolors or like the 72 or the 48 sets of those are about this long. This was a little longer than that. So instead of having 3 trays deep, I think was 2 trays deep. But it also is deeper than like your Faber-Castell ones that are all that the longer 1 tray deep, or like Derwent's. So I did look at the dimensions of things on Amazon for a long time to find this particular box. But you could probably do it with a lot of colored pencil tins that you have lying around. I just wanted mine to have a little bit more depth in it because I wanted to put a sponge and some other things in it. I'll show you inside here. So, and then I also added these stickers here. This was decorated this way. These are stickers that I had. This particular sticker is by an artist named Amber Sherrill, and if you are a Zelda person, her art on Etsy is amazing. You should check her out. Okay, so what I did here was I took all of these Gansai Tambi half pan or pans, whatever size they are, and I put a little piece of magnet tape on the back of them. I had this magnet tape, but I looked it up and it was a couple dollars for a big roll of it on Amazon. This is an additional little palette that I just kept in here from the original Gansai Tambis that I had. And then here's my swatch card. I am missing one on the swatch card here. This orange isn't on there. And so they are all just secured down with magnets like that. So you can see that like it sticks down to the magnet, and once you kind of slide it in place, they don't really move around too much. I was kind of really giving them a good jingle there. Now, I don't travel with this palette very often. It either stays here on this desk or downstairs on my other art desk. So if you were going to travel with this, you might want to do something a little bit more permanent than just, they do move around if I touch them because they're just on there with the magnet tape. But for me, that's good because I can get them in and out if I want to. I can rearrange them. I could pull a couple of them out and just work with a couple of them on the palette if I wanted to, which I have done before. So that's that. And then I have a water brush in here that I really don't use all that much, and some washi tape and a nice sponge. So I can wet the whole thing down, take it outside. I do that in the summertime a lot when I sit on my back deck. This is a great set that's hefty and not going to blow away and can kind of sit on my table. So then what I did do with, I'm going to set these to the side. What I did do with the lid was, for the lid here, this was just a solid metal color. And I bought white high gloss enamel paint, spray paint, and I sprayed this, I think, 3 or 4 times, at least 3 times. So you can see it's nice and shiny, but it works so well as a palette. The paint is permanent. It doesn't come off. It's nice and glossy, so you can see where your paint is. Like, just for example, if I reactivate any amount of this, it comes right back up. It doesn't bead up. It just kind of sits there like it's supposed to. I can mix really nicely on here, so I'm just going to turn this around. If I had, like, here's some purple. If I take this green here and I add it to the purple, I'm going to make like this muddy dark purple. If I keep adding green to it, I'll make like a nice hunter or evergreen color. There it is. It's like one of my favorite classic colors to work with, but you can see how things don't really move around on here. So it's not like a traditional plastic palette where it beads up. It really does work really, really nicely. And like I said, this lid is also magnetic. So if you wanted to say, okay, I'm going to work with a limited color palette, I'm going to grab this color, and like just my primaries, you could go in and kind of pull out your primary paint colors, not too hard like that, and then you would have them to be able to use just like that, and then they pop right back in really nicely. Sort of. I've definitely done this before. No, I have done this before. But yeah, they pop back in really nicely. There we go. Like so. Well, now they don't want to pop back in nicely, but I promise you that they do. Okay. I'll get it. There we go. Yeah. So that's that. So anyway, I just thought that I would share with you what I ended up doing as a storage option for these in case you were looking for one. Oh, one last thing I wanted to show you. The edges, after a few wears and tears, you can see that the paint did come off right around where the lip is. And I just put a little bit of clear polyurethane in there and spray painted it down so that it wouldn't keep like coming off. And I haven't had a problem with it since. So that's just something to consider if you were going to do this as well. But anyway, this whole thing, like I said, the tin with the pencils in it, plus the spray paint, plus the magnetic tape, probably cost me under $20 total. I did it about a year ago, and there is a blog entry dedicated to this, so I'm sure in there I kind of went through all of my pricing. But this was a very cheap option for storage for these paints when I had several different sets of them lying around, and I really love it, and I use it all the time. So I hope that this was something useful to you, like maybe this is a good art hack. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I hope that this inspired you to do something artsy yourself this week, and hopefully we will see you back in another video. Bye for now.